Brian Hannigan broadcasting live from Hannigan Insurance TV. I'm glad you're watching this, hopefully not on your phone in church. This is our countdown 30 for 30. We've been doing it until Christmas. 30 questions. 30 are your most important questions that you've always wanted to ask. Today's Sunday, November 29th. Ruth wants to know, if my house floods, do I have insurance? Is it covered for flooding? The answer is no, Ruth. If you read your insurance policy, flooding is an exclusion. Exclusion on your home insurance policy. It does not cover flood. So think about Hurricane Katrina, all that. Unless those residents, Louisiana and down south, have flood insurance, and it's backed by the U.S. government, they have no insurance coverage for their home insurance. What they do, sometimes people in Michigan confuse that coverage with, is water backup. A lot of times in Michigan, your sump pump backs up, causes water damage, especially if you have a finished basement. That's not flooding. That's just the rainwater backed up through your sewers or drains causing flood damage. I mean, not flood damage. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. Sorry, Seamus. That's not covered. But what is covered, you can buy extra endorsements called water backup and sump pump overflow. It's $50 a year. In case your sump pump backs up due to the rainwater and causes damage to your basement, usually in the basement, that's covered up to $5,000 or $10,000, depending on the limit that you do buy. But as far as the flood, when you see these things on TV, especially in the news lately, you should buy flood insurance. The best way to find out if you have to buy flood insurance, being an insurance guy, I think everybody should have it, but you should check with your local municipality or town to see if you're in a flood zone. If you are in a flood zone, the premiums for the year for flood insurance are $700 a year across the country. That's nationwide. If you're not in a flood zone, still get it. Statistics show most floods happen not even in a flood zone, so you should buy it. And if you're not in a flood zone, you get a reduced premium. It's usually half off than if you were in a flood zone. So it's $340 nationally. $340, you can pick it up to have that peace of mind, knowing if there is a flood, you'll be covered. So check with your policy, check with your local office to see if you're in a flood zone. And as always, Hannigan Insurance, we specialize in flood. We're the top writer of flood insurance in the United States. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have on whether you should have it or not. Once again, this is Brian Hannigan. Thanks, Ruth, for that question, and we'll see you tomorrow.